Good morning. It's a Monday morning meeting for members of the Ultimate Black Belt Test and the 100. Coming up in the first week or so of April is our yearly convention, which is called the Alabama House Bill Project. This is our 7th year, and the task for team members is to practice crowdfunding among your students. Fund a project that is about your own training. And it's not just training for crowdfunding, it's meant to expand your idea of what you're capable of in your own community. And the better you get at crowdfunding, which is essentially taking this much from students to accomplish something ginormous, something that's indicative of your work, what you believe in, how you know you can affect your community. So while Alabama is one isolated event, it's our group event. We don't go to a hotel in Florida or go to Vegas. We go to Alabama where nobody goes, and we do something that rocks that community. And that's what I want you to do in your own community, is rock your community in hundreds of ways that point back to what the martial arts is about, from the emotional, spiritual aspect of it, beyond the obvious. So now, for those of you who haven't done any funding or money raising to this point, I task you to find your power, because you have to be able to talk about Alabama, which means you have to be able to read about it and understand why we go there and what it is about. You have to be able to give a compelling argument to your students. You have to get yourself involved in the process. And you have to organize your schedule so that you can actually go, because for some people, that right there is a huge stretch. It requires you to grow as a teacher and as a martial artist. And it allows you to do something we just so rarely do, which is to band together as a group to create something that, as individuals, none of us could do alone. It gives us clout. It is a statement about the industry and about our different approach to it. And you'll come out of this event wiser. Maybe it'll expand your thinking. It'll be more congruent with the kind of martial arts we're developing for the future. So you have a number of weeks left, and there's no excuse. We need about, if we had $2,000 per member who came, we would be well funded. All the money goes to charity. Nobody gets paid. And it's a marvelous event, and this area is rich with history. And this is an important event in the martial arts community anyway. Nobody's doing anything like this. And I hope this is something that becomes the norm rather than the exception. So you have a stake in the Alabama House Bill Project. You're hearing this call, whether you're a past UBBT member, a current one that's thinking about it in the future, a fan of the UBBT or the 100, and certainly 100 members. This is your call to action. You're very rarely called to do anything like this at all, if ever. So this is your call, and let's see if we can do it. My job is to mobilize you. Your job is to mobilize your students. For the price of a cup of coffee, among all your students and the people in their sphere of influence, we're going to build a house for someone in need, and we're going to come back with new information and new ideas. And this is our convention. This is where you go, and this is how it's done. All right, this is your call. Time to wake up.